Hi, my name is Miss Ruch, and I've been teaching at Parkland for 18 years. I teach American foods and international foods. Well, I've been cooking for my whole life. I grew up cooking in the kitchen with my parents and loved cooking from a very young age. I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't know what I wanted to teach. And when I was in high school, I had really great FCS teachers, and they encouraged me to want to be a cooking teacher. So I don't know that I really have any experience outside of the classroom, but I do love to cook and I love food. So that's what kind of brought me here. My favorite thing to do is our country projects and our states projects in both classes. I think it's a really cool opportunity for students to get to make exactly what they want to learn. They bring a lot of experience to the table, and I learn a lot doing it, so I think we have a lot of fun when we do those big projects. Sure, my goals for my students would be that they can cook on their own. I try to kind of start every class by saying, I want you to learn skills while you're in here, not how to make individual recipes, but how to learn how to cook and what to do, what to problem solve, and to make your food taste good, because they'll be cooking forever. And so I hope that they learn something that they can really use in their lives. Oh, that's a hard one. It depends on my mood. My favorite food, I always say pizza. That's my number one. I like all the pizzas. I like to try the pizzas. I love to go to New York and I like one slice here and one slice here. I like to try literally everything, which I think makes me really, I love what I do because we just try food all the time, but pizza is my favorite. I don't have any pets. I am not really into taking care of anything other than my children, which is already enough. I have some plants, but no pets. My kids would love a dog more than anything in the world, but I make up all kinds of crazy excuses as to why we can't have a dog. My younger daughter right now really wants an axolotl, so if anybody knows where to find an axolotl, that is her current dream pet. I am the cook at my house. My kids are super picky eaters or just light eaters in general, so encouraging them to eat. They don't like to cook. I try every day and every weekend to encourage them to want to learn to cook in the kitchen, but they're just not there yet. So hopefully someday they'll love food as much as I do. As far as hobbies, I really love to cook. I love to go out to eat and try new restaurants. I like to read. I like to be outside. I can't wait for the warmer weather because I really love to be outside. I like to walk. I like to hike. I like to spend time with my kids. That's the most important part of my life. This spring, I just can't wait to get outside. I feel like it's been so cold. I don't love the cold. I don't like to be outside in the cold, and I just can't wait to go outside every day. I feel like every day after school, we always go for a walk, or we play something outside, play a game, or go to sporting events and things, and I really can't wait for that. And the summer is my favorite, so I can't wait to go to the beach and do all of the summer activities. I always start my classes by saying I absolutely love my job. I think it is the perfect fit for me. I love to come to work every day. I think it is fun. It's different. I get to meet all kinds of people. I get to learn about all different students, and I love my coworkers. I feel so fortunate to come to school every day and get to share my love of food with my students and hear about their love of food. And I feel like everybody has fun in foods class. Mrs. Labella and Mrs. Romani are my two best friends here. We've been working together forever. We share everything together, and it just makes coming to work really great every day. Okay, so I'm going to share a recipe with you that I like to make at home for my kids. It's a really easy 4-ingredient bagel recipe. I'm going to make it in the air fryer. And if you know Jack Habash, he's the one who actually showed it to me. He knows I like to eat healthy. I like to cook foods for my kids. I like things to be easy, especially in the morning. So this one should be really simple to make. So it starts with a cup of flour. So I'm going to measure my flour first. And make sure that when you measure flour, you don't scoop it. You want to make sure you have the air pockets in there. So level it off. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to use a cup of Greek yogurt. I use plain Greek yogurt, so not vanilla. It should have like no flavor to it. But I'm going to use a cup of that. So these are high protein because of the Greek yogurt in them. Put them in here like this. Same thing, I'll level it off. And then I'll add it to my flour. Okay, I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I always use kosher salt when I'm cooking at home. I think it has a better flavor to it, so I'm going to sprinkle that in as well. Then you just need to mix it together. And then it makes 4 bagels, so you can take your dough at this point, and I'm gonna cut it in 4 and then combine it. Before I do that, I'm gonna preheat my air fryer. So I like to use an air fryer at home. It is a quick way of cooking something. It's easy. I always use these liners because then I don't have to do the dishes afterwards. I'll turn it on to preheat, and then I'll shape my bagels. So I roll it. We actually made bagels in class today. So if you take international foods, you'll make bagels, but we make them with a regular dough. So I roll it into a tube like this and then form it into a ring. The bigger, like the wider the hole is in the middle, the nicer they'll kind of turn out. If you make the hole too small in the middle, you'll end up with just a really big roll, which is still good, but not a bagel shape. So I kind of want it to look like that in a nice circle. Stick it on there like that. If your dough is too sticky, some of the pieces are a little sticky, so you could use a little extra flour if you need to. For the outside, so I'm gonna crack an egg in a bowl and then mix it and spread it on top. This will put like a nice golden brown color on the outside, and it will help the seasoning to stick to it. So I'm gonna whisk my egg like this with my fork. I'll use a pastry brush and then brush the egg over the top. If you get too much egg on it, you're gonna end up with like pieces of scrambled egg on the outside of your bagel, so you just wanna keep it right on the bagel itself, just like that. My favorite grocery store to go to is Trader Joe's. I try like once every other month to make a trip to Trader Joe's. So I have there everything but the bagel seasoning, which is the best one. I'm gonna shake it on the top. And then that beep told me my air fryer is ready, so I'll pull out my basket, put them in, and then they bake for 20 minutes in the air fryer. Okay, so then once the timer goes off, you can take them out. You can check them, make sure they're done as they're going. They should be golden brown on the outside. I'll pick them up here. And then there we go. So just kind of slowly, if you use the paper liners, you just peel them off. Now they're not like regular bagels where they have that like shiny exterior and the same texture. They're usually a little bit softer than a regular bagel would be. If the longer you can let them cool, the better they'll be too, if you can wait long enough to eat them. But you can slice them if you want to put something on the inside. And then you can toast them too if you want to get the inside toasty. I like them just soft in the middle. If you put the butter on right away, then too, the butter will melt on them. And then you can give them a try.